Burn that shack down. Mushrooms growing up the walls.
Yoo-hoo! Over here, dearie. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmage. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ryngrim? Well, with her skill in spellcraft, she certainly could do so if she wanted to. The Circle of Archmage are the most powerful magical beings in Eora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Aldra's titties, the Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. What's not to admire? There's no one in all of Eora like her. And she's come all this way to Naku Kubel. But I've no idea why an illusionist would care for godless artifacts. Yours truly, excluded, of course. There must be something in there of interest to Ryngrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the Godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Ryngrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
Naturally. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Really, though, that would be dangerous. We'll catch up later, Yatzli. Take care of the envoy for me.
Perfect! Oh, this is going to be fun.
I must have done 100 shifts on those watchtowers. Never saw so much Thirdborn blood under them.
If you were asked where I was last evening, what would you say?
Depends who's asking.
No one? Maybe Hajime, but probably no one.
Yesterday evening. You were busy with your fur maintenance routine. It's an elaborate process.
Wow, really? No follow-up questions?
I figure you got your reasons. And I could use a favor next time someone gets mad at me for snooping.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
The Dream Scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the Dream Scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Try not to admire her too much. She is, after all, a monster. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatzli. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatzli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? When it comes to her, there's never any good news. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. If I must.
For the camp of an official Adherent envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. When the mood is right, I find I like everything. I'm going to write Quilichi tonight. Make sure he misses me. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. I've yet to be burned in a single flame trap, and I don't intend to start anytime soon. Fair guess, though. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. I mean, my arm wasn't the only casualty. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Nightmares are still dreams, Envoy. Just not ones you'd recommend to others. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more, provocative dreams. Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
I've been a lot of places I never wanted to go, but that was among the worst.
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. "6 years ago. Feels longer now. Do you ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Then you get it. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. I guess it felt like one, too. Hardtack and Merc brew after a long day's patrol tasted better than any feast. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Left is a generous way to put it. Yeah, lands towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? Personal. Take it easy, Inquisitor. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You released Igwolf, but you didn't stop the Steel-Garot's attack on Fjord. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rautian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him. Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
Listening to Yatzli's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. I don't know. Just following a lady who says she knows something about the garden just seems crazy to me. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway.
Until next time.
If you were in the Navy, does that mean you sang on ships?
Always. Helps pass the time, gives your work a rhythm. Why?
I heard you singing under your breath in the last fight. Then you were stabbing on beat.
I didn't even realize. How'd you notice?
It's the curse and blessing of having very large ears, dearie.
Well, guess the Navy left me with something useful after all.
I am going to need you to teach me that song, though. I wonder if it'd improve my spellcasting.
As if you need my help for that.
Flattery will get you everywhere, dearie.
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it. At least I know how to deal with those sorts of things. Rope, lantern, extra water skins. Yatzli's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely? And spiders. No idea. I just wish I trusted Yatzli's research. Seems like a lot of danger for not much pay. Anyway.
You too.
Tell me, where did you learn to hunt?
Early on, I learned from a warden named Ilinga. After that, I learned a lot from just going out and surviving on my own.
I'll bet you're a natural. You make it look effortless.
If you know what you're doing, it's not really that hard.
Some hunt with their eyes and ears, but you are hunting with your soul.
Not sure I get what you mean.
I believe you were a true hunter in a past life. An apex predator, like a Stelgar. You may not know it, but those instincts are still yours. Lying dormant, like a cat in the tall grass.
Right, that's me. Marius, king of the grasslands.
With a little animancy, we could awaken your former self. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh well. Let me know when you change your mind.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The dead bear nourishes the pack. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
I still remember the first time I saw these dunes. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
Watch out for the dream thralls.
Hot out, isn't it? Welcome to Shatterscarp. Or, welcome to Shark's Teeth, anyway. Damn. I didn't think you'd actually talk to someone like me. Oh! Well, I hope I'm not imposing on you. Listen, I've got to take some supplies to that tower up the road. They're for Kotoa and Hayako. Have you heard of them?
Kotoa and Hayako? If they need supplies, they must be planning something good.
They've probably killed more dream thralls than the rest of us combined. Well, they said, why shoot one when you could take out a dozen instead? They learned from the best in the Deadfire. We're lucky they're on our side. These supplies will go a long way, if I can ever get them up there. This is my third trip today, and whew, it's a lot of stairs. I'm not sure. I've only heard them talk about fighting dream thralls. There's a lot of work to do, though. I don't think they'd turn down help. Keep going through the teeth. The tower is just over the ridge. You can't miss it.
I used to patrol out here. Swore I'd never come back. Tama lost his badge near here.
and rot!
Armor won't hold up.
Behind you!
Enjoy the...
Show me what you got! Watch the...
Worth and rot!
Get off me! Enjoy the pain!
Over here!
definitely here.
So, why couldn't you just put that on a sign? More excessive.
Yes, but look at them. The artistry is like... Imagine having finesse to make...
Mage to stop the Dream Scourge. So be it. But, be careful with this Ryngrim character. This place has given me a bad feeling I can't shake.
A spell. And a very clever one. Who's to stay away? Everyone except us. Stop you, but we've already come this far.
I hate to say it, but she's right. If we don't find the garden and stop the Dream Scourge, it will be the end of the living lands.
Don't worry. This is magic I can counter. But we can figure that out later. No? We have to focus on what's at the end of that passage. Trust me, I know. Last thing I need is to be responsible for killing the Emperor's pet. No offense. But it's a chance to test out some new spells. So, I'll muddle through. I've focused so much on the Godless and Quilici over the years that it'll be lovely to hone my magical skills again. Perhaps. He's always been incredibly supportive of my work. I am responsible for most of his gray hair, though. But I believe in risks. Like Ryngrim, for instance. Chances are we'll die. But if we don't, we stop Ludwig and get into the ruins. So, win-win.
Yatzli, you must have been a Rawatayan admiral in a past life.
Let's get going. Oh, and stay close. These are so lifelike. Poor bastards. Walk like it's hard.
Oh, I thought Ryngrim was all about illusions. This place is cold.
Stay close. Ryngrim's trying to scare us off. Whew. What a frosty welcome. I'm covered in fur and even I'm freezing. Are her illusions really so powerful? It's just a trick, Envoy. A well-crafted cold trick. Oh, what a beautiful specimen. Any stupid weaponry would be thrilled.
Visitors, do you know what this moment calls for? A beautiful, macabre story that will mind. You will find me in a tower watching this day.
We gotta get into that tower? Water lamp?
There's got to be a way. Let's snoop around.
And shaped in the dreamer's image, not with stone or axe, but with essence. Songs of ancient magic. we sing to them?
A very important set of pieces, and an entire village perished because again.
Skeletons. Just the thing to brighten up the place. Look out!
It's not doing the job.
What?
On your right.
On your left, dear. You all right, dear? Oh, that's hot. Help! I've fallen. Time for payback!
Better on our feet than in the ground.
Someone's eager to meet us. Hot. The blizzard is getting stronger. Let's try a different route.
What happened to traps and hired goons?
I I hadn't had a chance to see all this before. It's magnificent. Oh, come on, let's go introduce ourselves to an Archmage.
Let's not do that again. Let's stay out of Archmage's domains from now on. I don't love placing my survival on the whims of a mad wizard, especially one that likes telling long stories. I know. I knew when I signed on there'd be risks. Especially with you jumping into every weird cave you find. Anyway, I'm glad to be out of there. Time to curl up with some jerky and a few swigs of Wodak. Anyway. Until next time.
I still have a few things I can sell. Is there anything you'd like?
How do you feel about poetry?
Poetry? Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
Do you like it? Oh, come on, you can tell me. Say a few lines of poetry.
Wait. Do you think I have the Dream Scourge?
No, I don't. But I wanted to be sure, okay? They said that's the first sign.
I thought having fungus grow out of your head was the first sign.
It can be both.
Who needs fabric? We still have...
If you need skates, we got things for you to...
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor?
did you?
Are they dead? That is a salve. Thank you. All of you.
Loss never makes sense, dearie. I'm so sorry.
Let's go, Namiho. We need to be with them now.
Those poor kids.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches?
Put him out of his misery, will you? Let me know when you've taken care of the Xaurip. I've heard of throwing rocks at people, but not the other way around. It'll be good to have just a little less crime around here. Enjoy skeleton hunting, friend.
Godlike. Over here. Who needs fabric? If you need material for bandages, I have some. I'll even give you a good price. Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat. We'd run out of resources eventually, and then we wouldn't have the money to restock. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk? Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Let me know if you need something. Best weapons this side of Abidan's forge. Ismalt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
A branch breaks. We see you! Worth and rot!
Down that weapon.
It burns! It burns! Worth and rot!
That's hot. That's hot. I'm down.
Can't keep this up.
That's more like it! Worth and rot!
Back on my feet. Right flank.
On the left. Oh, that's hot. We'll get them next time, dear.
Let's see what you got!
Watch your legs!
Fall back!
Back off! Come and get me! On your right!
On your left here.
That's it for me! Back on my feet. Get burned! Burn! Coming from the rear. Not looking so good. Where's the mark? What's the target?
Have that one. Check your right. Back off.
What am I hitting? Come and get me! Next one's mine. Who's ready for more?
Let me know.
Who need... Oh, you're back.
Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor?
The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor?
Another...
Damn my eyes! A child of Adir! Indulge an old soul, envoy. I have a tale to...
Welcome to... What can I do for you? Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, you know. Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Adirans. Oh, no offense. You're not shy about your opinions, are you? You're practically local. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of mead to come through. My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. Some Adiran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous.
Yeah? So what are you gonna do to impress her?
Oh! I'll balance my dagger's pommel on my finger while I drink a pint.
The whole crew liked it last time.
You sure that's a good idea? Yeah, that's how you got all the scars on your hands, isn't it?
Nah, I'm getting better at it. You'll see.
If you say so.
Oh, maybe I should hire a bard. Better than off-key shanties all day.